Well, hey everybody, I wanted to record a short video this week and just let you know how much I've really enjoyed your postings. Your discussions have been very interesting in all of the weeks, and really enjoyed some of your discussions this week related to some of Wesley's stuff. And he's pretty rich in his writings and very biblically based in terms of at least referring to the Bible a lot. A lot of his phraseology comes straight out of the Bible. Uh, so whether we always agree with him or not, we at least know that he was doing his best to base all of his thoughts and teachings on the Bible. So thank you for your discussions this week. You may have noticed I'm making some more comments on posts this week. I decided this would be a good week for me to go ahead and start doing that. I did not want to do much of that in the early weeks because I wanted y'all to feel free to share, among one another without the professor chiming in too much. I hope my posts are helpful. I don't very often do a corrective quote post. I usually just try to add something from my perspective or say, yeah, that's a great point. I agree with that. So anyway, in case you notice that I'm making some comments, it is intentional. I have been reading all your posts during the other weeks. I just haven't been making comments. I wanted you to know, excuse me, that I will get your book reviews back to you as soon as possible. I am committing myself to get them back to you within 2 weeks of the due date, which is this coming Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully I'll get them a little sooner than that. I'm actually teaching 2 sections of this course this semester. The seminary asked me to do that. It's the first time they've asked me to teach 2 sections. I don't know if they had a professor back out at the last minute or if they just had some new students register or what happened. But anyway, I'm glad to do it and enjoying it. But it means I have twice as many book reviews to grade as I have in the past. And I try to take a little bit of time with each book review. I try not to go through them too quickly. I do actually read them and think about them and try to make at least 1 or 2 comments on each one. So in order for me to do that, it'll take me a little time. But anyway, know that I'll try to get them back to you within 2 weeks and hopefully a little bit sooner. One thing I'd like your input on is whether you're still enjoying your discussions in groups. I've divided each class into 2 groups, as you know. And so each of you have 10 or fewer students in your groups. We can continue to do that. It doesn't matter to me because I look at all the discussions of all the groups, so I'm still looking at the same number of posts. What this does mean, the positive thing about doing it in groups is you don't have as many posts to deal with. So the intent is to make posting and reading of your colleagues' post more manageable. If you're finding that you're not really getting too many posts and you think you could handle some more posts, we could experiment for a week or 2 and have all the discussions be done by the whole class. I could just, there's a way on the computer I can tell it not to divide the group into posts for this particular discussion. So I'm going to leave things as they are. If you would like to have discussions as a whole class instead of within a group, just send me an email and let me know, and then I'll tally how many people are interested in doing that. missionmandan@gmail.com. Okay? I did want to point out that the Howard Snyder article is on the week 4 module of the course site, which is this week. You obviously probably don't have time to read it this week. Please do download it while it's available on the course site and get it on your computer. It's a great, great article that deals with the issue of creation care and how that relates to what God's intentions in salvation are. Of course, creation care is an issue that I talk about in my book. It's an issue that's important to write. And we'll be actually talking about it again later in the semester as one of the subjects of, I think it's week 13. So creation care is always a part of this course, for me when I teach it anyway. So just have that Howard Snyder article on your computer, even if you don't have time to read it this week. I wanted to make sure that you are aware of that. You've noticed that as the weeks end, I move the course modules down to the bottom of the course site so that the current week is the one you see first, so you don't have to keep scrolling down too much. But I leave all of the previous weeks unhidden, which means you can still see them and access things. And so be aware of that in case there's anything you want to backtrack to look up or to download to your computer or whatever, okay? So I'm looking forward to reading your book reviews Sunday night, 11:59 p.m. Please send them to me, missionmandan@gmail.com, preferably in a Word document, Turabian format. I don't have need for a cover page, even if Turabian says so. No need for that for this. I prefer parenthetical citations at the end of the sentence for something like this because you're writing a review on Write. So more than likely all your references will be to Write unless you want to reference something in some other reading. So parenthetical means I get to see it right there in the flow of the text, and I don't have to keep moving my eye to the bottom of the page or the next page, etc. So parenthetical, I'm assuming Turabian allows parenthetical citations. If so, that's what I prefer. Okay, so all for now. I'll keep enjoying your posts this week. Have, quote, fun with your book reviews. If you haven't already done them yet, don't forget to do them. 11:59 p.m. Sunday night. God bless everybody.